rabbit hole, friends, and it is quite a rabbit hole indeed. Yesterday, I was really surprised as I started to receive messages from a relative of David Preston Jessup. David is Robyn Brown's ex-husband. For those of you who may not be aware, Robyn has repeatedly claimed that her relationship with her ex-husband David was abusive, that she did everything she could to save the marriage and keep her family together, and in the end, it was so bad that she was forced to leave. Many of us have questioned this, like, why are the kids never spending time with their father on the show? Maybe it's for their privacy, so we weren't really sure. Except that a couple of seasons in, a huge deal is made about the fact that the kids are finally being allowed to go visit their biological dad. This seemed really weird. They basically stated that they hadn't seen him for a couple of years and they were so excited to finally be able to get to spend some time with him. I remember on that episode, Dayton was almost crying. He was like, I'm just so excited that we're finally going to get to see him. It's been a while. And like basically had tears in his eyes.
All right, grab your bag. I'll stick it right here. You gotta take a coat just in case since it could be cold. Today we're traveling up north. We're going to be meeting with Dayton or Miranda's biological father so we can go up and see him for a couple of weeks. I'm very excited to see him. I haven't seen him in a very long time.
You know, we have always supported the kids seeing their biological father. Just over the last couple of years, he's just hasn't been able to take the kids. And so this year he's able to. So he's taken them, and it's about the time that we always did have the kids go there for the couple weeks in the summertime, and so they're going.
It's been like how many years since we've seen him, and I'm truly glad.
I am nervous about them going up to Montana. They haven't been around him for 2 years. The relationships have never been that strong, and so I just don't know what this will be like. I'm hoping they'll have a positive experience.
I'm not sure how he's going to react to all the changes. Just hope that he'll probably set the dramatic stuff aside and just enjoy the time that we have to be there.
When we get back to Las Vegas, we're going to have the adoption party.
Big cash, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
As you're watching that clip, do you see how excited
It made me feel really sad, and it made lots of viewers and fans start questioning, where is the kid's biological father? Up until now, we've known and heard very little about him, but recently, bits of information started coming out. Specifically, we started to hear that David Preston has been feeling like he's been pushed out of his kids' lives for a long time. As far as we know, the kids haven't really seen him further, other than that episode we saw a few seasons in when they were living in Las Vegas. It's clear that the kids have bonded to Cody, or at least that's what it looks like on the show. I started to hear rumors that Dayton moved in with his dad, and his biological dad, and I started looking into this. It appears it wasn't true. Dayton is living in an RV on the property in Flagstaff with Robyn. He's attending college, and he's finishing up a higher level degree. Way to go, Dayton. So we have no reason to think that he would be moving to live with his father anytime soon, though those rumors are still hanging around out there. We all know that Robyn seems kind of like weirdly invested in erasing her kids' past with their bio dad and recreating this fairy tale life with Cody. I mean, I want to say I can kind of get that. Like, I'm not sure, I can't be sure of everything that happened with David. But I do know that when you're a mom who moves on from a relationship and you have several kids that you're taking with you, especially any child with special needs, you're going to do everything you can to help them fit in with a new family, with a new father. I do believe Robyn probably wanted what she thought was best for them. But what was best maybe didn't include getting rid of their biological family, right? I mean, when you take away someone's positive thoughts about their biological parent, it can make them feel really bad about themselves and cause anxiety, depression, and other problems. Okay, so here's the tea. People have been chatting on Reddit about family members coming forward, people who are close with David. These family members are saying that not all is what it seems. So yesterday, I checked my email for this channel, which I rarely look at. As you guys know, I'm home alone with my kids all day. Anyway, long story short, I realized that I have been receiving a couple of messages from a woman I've been able to verify is linked to David Jessup's family through social media. Her last name is Allred. If you're not aware, the Allreds are a pretty famous polygamist family that are related to several of the Browns. Okay, so this seemingly like very sweet older woman shared some information with me about David. She says that they are closely related and she's tired of keeping quiet about all the turmoil Robyn Brown has caused for their family and for her own children. So let's call her Auntie Allred. Auntie Allred has started sharing. The rest of David Preston Jessup's family is very upset about what happened with Robyn and the way that things went down when she left David. Allred says, now they call him Preston, not David. She says that Preston never wanted to allow Cody to adopt his children. But Robyn always had this she kind of describes it as a controlling way of being a mother. And by the time the kids were living with Cody and Robyn asked about the adoption, Allred feels she had brainwashed the kids to think and feel that this was what was best for them. Allred says that early on, Robyn forced kids to call Cody daddy. Allred claims that with Robyn, she makes her kids do what she says or else. She's repeatedly described as extremely controlling down to the last detail. If you guys are not aware, this type of mothering style often creates like heavy anxiety in children, and I know we've seen that on the show with poor Aurora, who deals with some like panic attack issues. And Allred acknowledges this. She basically says, I believe that Robyn causes all of their anxiety with her super controlling ways. Allred claims that every time Preston was allowed to speak to his children on the phone, rare after she married Cody, Preston felt that he heard Robyn in the background kind of like whispering, telling the kids what to say, controlling how they spoke with him. And this made him feel, pretty uncomfortable. Is he getting the real story from them about what's going on in their lives? Or is this just another situation where Robyn is controlling everything? Allred says that Preston did not want to go through with the adoption, but he did consult a private attorney and he was told, look, it's going to be difficult for you to financially fight with your ex-wife when she's literally willing to let you off the hook paying child support, and she has a steady family and relationship with this man, Cody. I'm guessing Preston probably didn't bring up that it was a polygamist family. Now, as far as the abuse claims go, of course, Allred is saying she abuse, but we all know that things can happen behind closed doors. Not everybody knows about it. I, of course, do believe that there was some kind of negative situation going on between Robyn and this guy, Preston. Otherwise, why would she leave with 3 children, one having special needs? She was never assured that she was going to wind up with Cody to take care of her. And just to be completely honest, Preston come from the AUB, the same church that Cody and the Browns are from. Allred is basically describing that Robyn enacted parental alienation towards Preston, making it so that he didn't even feel comfortable trying to get a hold of his kids and spend time with them. I'm so sad when I think about the episode in which the kids are getting ready to go visit Preston and they all seem so happy and excited to see him. Even when a parent isn't the best parent, it can still be really hard. Okay guys, something went wrong with my video here, so I'm just recording over it to say that all I want to say is it's difficult, right? When you're a mom who has to leave, a biological father behind. You don't want the kids to feel bad about themselves, so you kind of have to walk a midline of making sure they still feel good about both biological parents while also protecting them from any emotional issues or even abuse that could go on with the other parent. Okay, so Allred did go on to say that eventually Preston decided to meet with each of his kids individually, and he spoke to them about the possibility of having Cody adopt them, and they were all very positive about that. They were yeah, please let Cody adopt us. Now of course Auntie Allred is saying that it was probably part of a manipulation. Okay, so I find it all very interesting. I really tried to give Allred some feedback that maybe she should write up some kind of letter or try going on. There's a podcast that I really like called Mormon Stories, and it would be so interesting to share more about her life and her experience within polygamy. All right, more about all of this later. I wonder if Allred will have any additional messages for me. But of course, I was really shocked to hear from someone connected to the Browns. Thank you so much for joining me down this rabbit hole. I'm off to work, but I hope you have a great evening and you check in later to hear if there's any additional information.